sun can start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, start and going down. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, no, no.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Does TV. And as promised, I told y'all I will be working on some stuff this weekend, and I told y'all that I would have a video up this week. And as promised, also I'm gonna give y'all guys a 2-for-1. Now, disclaimer: I am getting so tired of watching this show. I think once this season wraps, I don't think I'm gonna do any more reviews about Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm done. Like, I made the decision today while watching the episodes today, because I really feel like they trying to pull the wool over our eyes, and I just can't take it anymore. I sat through it as long as I felt like I could, because I feel like this is a joke. But I don't know. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know. So as promised, here's episode 10 and 11 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Aside from all the other stuff that's going on online, I never seen them post anything about Kiki, like anything about Kiki. So I mean, I don't know. They didn't do any contribution. OWN finally came out and made a statement, and I'm just like, this lady has been going for like a week, and y'all now coming out to make a statement. But that's neither here nor there. They made the statement anyway. Now we're gonna start off with episode 10, and then we're gonna go into episode 11, because it pretty much goes together. Nell and Chris, they meet up at the office. Chris tells her that he is looking for a house for Moses, because Moses and Sonny are trying to move to Huntsville, as we all know, because they've been stating it. So Nell says that it's a conflict of interest, which is with Destiny. And I'm just like, this is mind-blowing, but it is what it is, because I'm like, why is that a conflict of interest? He's not a lawyer, she's not his client, or he's not a doctor, and she's not his patient. So how would it be a conflict of interest? But then she proceeds to say that it's, did he run it by her that he's looking for a house for Sonny and Moses? Now, my whole thing is, Nell, do you like to get money? Do you have a business? Is your business bringing you money? Because if this is your stance, then that is ridiculous, because you must not like money. You must not know how to do business. Business and personal don't mix. Destiny is not his friend. She barely your friend, but you gonna let her feelings and whatever they got going on over there get in the middle of y'all making money? That's weird to me. That is weird to me. That's weird to me. So weird to me. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. And if it's not, then why would you make a statement like that? Why would you allow somebody and what they got going on in their situation to stop you and your family from getting money? Because that's what it all boils down to. And you would put your household income on hold for Destiny? For somebody that you barely know? That's where your allegiance lies? With some... Okay, girl. Okay. It just makes no sense to me that would be the stance that you're taking. One has nothing to do with the other. And the fact that you would let money get in the way of business is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. You must not like money, man. You must not like to get paid. That neither here nor there. Chris is the only one that's making sense in this, only person that's making sense. And because he said it a few times throughout this little interaction that he had with Martell and with Nell, that he doesn't have to report to Destiny, that he doesn't have to consult with Destiny, that him and Destiny is like a little, they have a big brother, little sister relationship, and he doesn't feel like he has to run anything by her that deals with his business. Correct. I agree. Then she proceeds to discuss the fact that her children are always needing money. They always want to borrow money. And and how it's taken away from her business and them doing business and them moving forward. And I'm just like, that just negates the statement that you just made. I don't know if this was filmed at 2 different times that you did that. Like, I don't know how it works. It doesn't make sense for you to say that he has to consult her in order to sell a house to Sonny and Moses, but yet the kids the kids borrowing money is taking money away from your business. Like, you don't see that statement that you made towards Destiny and Fletcher is taking money away from your business. Okay, got it. Chris shows Martell's house to Sonny and Moses. Martell is there at the showing, and he pretty much asks Fletcher the same thing. Did you tell Destiny that you were selling the house to, like, showing the house to Sonny and Moses? Did you tell Destiny that you were selling the house, potentially selling the house to Sonny and Moses? I think you did it in episode 12, but it's like the pot calling the kettle. Y'all are weird. Why do y'all stop? Why are y'all allowing this situation to stop y'all from getting money? I don't think y'all like to make money. I think that's what it is. I really don't. And I don't even think they hear themselves. I really don't think they hear themselves, because you have no builder's license. You have no home, because you literally just found somebody's home. He had to kick you out of your home, out of his home. You have barely any income, right? And your concern is about whether or not he spoke to somebody who is non-irrelevant to the situation, who's not contributing any dime to the situation, whether or not he spoke to her about showing the house to them to potentially sell it to them to make you money. I'm just saying. Y'all don't listen to yourself. Y'all don't hear what y'all say. You are potentially stopping yourself from making money because of Destiny. Okay. And pretty much they had that conversation in episode 12. Like, I seen the preview, and they pretty much had the same conversation. And she's like, "Oh, checks over friends." And I'm just like, who wouldn't? This is what? Okay. Now, I could see if something egregious happened to where they did something unaliving related, then you'd be like, "Oh no, I gotta step out of this." You know what I'm saying? Whatever is different. But because they got into a relationship and they got married, and you were not privy to that information, and y'all, however the situation on the timeline went, you want them to stop getting their bag because you and your feelings? That makes no sense, ma'am. It makes no sense. And it's crazy. Are we supposed to really buy that? We supposed to be buying what you selling, Carlos? Because I'm so having a hard time buying this. I'm really having a hard time buying this. Anyway, let's move on. Like I said before, Chris was the only person that was making sense in this whole situation, because he was saying everything that I just said to y'all about the fact that they stopping his check because of what we really don't know, nor do we really care at this point. Whatever. Moses and Sonny, explains to them that they start in the IV. They started the second round of the IVF, that they want to have kids. Because it is what it is. Martell says he's selling the house for $340,000, and I'm just like, I honestly wouldn't buy it. One, because it's Martell. Two, because it's across the street from a school. All that playground noise, absolutely not. But then again, Martell does shady business practices, so I hear. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm just saying. So I hear. So I wouldn't buy anything from him. I'm just saying. Whatever it is. Whatever. They discussed the neutrality of Fletcher, and then they discussed Destiny at the gala, and I'm just like, I really don't care. I don't care how y'all felt about Destiny and whatever the situation transpired between her and Moses and Sonny, nor do I care about Fletcher's neutrality with Mel and Martell's situation. I don't really care about the situation. I'm tired of discussing it every episode. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Like, I'm tired. It is what it is. That's just how I feel. Stormy and Martell meet up at her warehouse, and she's packing to move. She's packing up her products and stuff to move. And she's also, I think, she's shipping out some stuff, right? So they discussed the Tish and Martell situation. And Martell says that Tish came to his house a few times, but nothing happened. Okay, so why are we having this conversation? Like, really? First of all, you act like, okay, we're gonna unpack, but let me just finish the scene. Anyway, so he said he DM'd her to see what was up, right? Now y'all see that he's a whole liar. Y'all see on TV that this man is a whole liar, right? First he said he didn't know her. Then he said he maybe remembered her through his brother. They might have met through his brother, right? Then he tells Stormy that he tells Ken and them that they met at a club, right? Then he tells Stormy, initially he told Stormy that they met through his brother, right? They expect us to believe that he DM'd her to see what was up. So that's the story y'all sticking with. That's what y'all going with. After how many stories he done told us about, they done told us about one another. Y'all expect us to settle and believe that he DM'd her to see what was up and she came to his house a few times but nothing happened. That's the story y'all sticking with. Or y'all going with. And we supposed to believe that? Okay. This man done lied in national TV several times. And then he lied to Ken's face because he told Ken that they met at a club. Now he telling Stormy a second story after he initially told Stormy the original story. And we supposed to believe anything that come out y'all mouth? Okay. Just throw the whole show away. That's how I feel at this point. Throw the whole show away because it's crazy that y'all expect us to believe what we seeing and hearing. And then roll with it. And then give y'all grace at the same time. Like y'all want all of that when y'all feeding us crap on the TV. Got it. So they begin to discuss the Mel and the gala and the fact that she didn't want to come. But the crazy thing is, and the fact that she refuses to be in the same room as him. His analogy is, well, we was just at my daughter's spelling bee and she was sitting right up here. You know what I'm saying? The craziest thing is you can equate a public event to a family obligation. That's asinine to me. Stormy's event is a public event that it's not like public. When I say public, I don't mean like out for the public. I mean like for them, for that group. It's a public event for that group, correct? Now, your daughter's spelling bee, that is a family obligation. Y'all share the same child. Why would she not come to her child's spelling bee, regardless whether you're going to be there or not? Y'all are co-parenting. That's what happens with co-parents. You don't necessarily have to be any other place outside of graduations, major events with the children, marriages, baby showers. Like, y'all don't have to be together in the same room any other time outside of major events that affect your children. And y'all can't get that. And Stormy, you didn't even pick up on that. You didn't even question him on that. You didn't even call him on that. Like, it's weird to me how y'all claim that y'all are friends with this lady, but none of y'all are negating anything that he says. Everything that he says is golden. It's weird to me. But we're going to push on because I just want y'all to see that they force feeding us bull, right? So they discuss the arrest, right? And Stormy just glosses over the fact that it was a DV and harassment and communications issue. Really? She literally said, oh, I seen your mugshot and I seen that there was a DV and harassment and communications issue, and I got arrested for harassment and communications as well. Really, ma'am? Really? That's what we're doing? That is what we're doing. You didn't even question him about the DV situation or what it entailed. You literally just harped on the fact that, oh, you got arrested, I got arrested. It was both harassment and communications, no DV at all. Nothing of the sort. You didn't even ask him why. You didn't even ask him how. You didn't ask what the description was. Like, no questions, no follow-up questions at all about that. Oh, we bonding over the fact that it was harassment and communications. We both got arrested for that. That's what y'all bonding over? Really, ma'am? Are you a girl's girl or you just like, what's happening here? I've been told y'all the dynamic between Stormy and Martell is weird. Maybe 2 or 3 reviews ago, I told y'all it was weird to me, and this is along the same lines. And now we back at the melometer situation and how they blamed the melometer situation. But I reviewed the video of what happened initially with Black Titanic and Stormy, and the friend was doing, Black Titanic's friend was doing more talking than Black Titanic. Black Titanic was like, oh, let's just go, and Stormy was going off and stuff and like that. And I'm just like, but you never called her a millimeter then. You never, even after the fact, after they left and when you got on your live, you never called her a millimeter. So how all of a sudden you get to this this season and she's a millimeter now? All of a sudden, you didn't equate the two back then, but now you automatically like equate the two, and you pushing that narrative. That's what we supposed to believe. Got it. Note taken. And I'm just like, you did too much, Stormy. You threatened that lady. You cursed her out. You did too much. Granted, her friend was running her mouth a lot, but you did too much. You did too much, because she was leaving, getting in her car. You did too much. But none of them seem to want to take accountability for their actions. None of them. And I feel like this show is making it okay for them to do that. We'll talk about that more when we get to episode 11, when we meet Marquez, child. We'll talk about that then. Anyway, so Stormy then proceeds to say that she doesn't have an issue with Mel, and it's crazy that you say you don't have an issue with her, but yet you always talking negative. You saying negative things about her. I've yet to see you say anything positive about her, you or your mother, in any scene that you've been in. When you was with Destiny, you was throwing shade. When you was with Martell, you throwing shade. Like, you constantly throwing shade, but you don't have an issue with her. It's weird to me because I can't read that from the scenes that I'm seeing. Maybe you should look back on the scenes and see and analyze it for yourself to see whether or not you have an issue with her or not. Because in your head, you might think you don't, but out your mouth, it sounds like you do. It is what it is. Then you proceed to say that you are, what did she say? You have respect for everyone that's doing something, but yet you align yourself with Destiny and Martell, who's doing nothing. You see what I'm saying? A walking contradiction. And I liked you initially. When you first came on, I liked you and I was all for you. And I was just like, oh, great. A black woman doing positive things, selling products, doing well, her hair products, blah, 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 blah. But you are turning into a walking contradiction, and it's weird to me. Anyway, we meet up with Moses, Sonny, Maurice, and Kimmy. They meet for dinner. Sonny was the one who extended the invite because she felt like when Kimmy was with Tisha, they didn't really get to address what they needed to address. They proceeded to start talking about the situation with Destiny. And, of course, Kimmy proceeds to tell Stormy and Sonny, because they find out that they're looking for a house and they're trying to move to Huntsville. So Kimmy proceeds to tell Destiny that it's like rubbing salt on a wound for her and Moses wanting to move to Huntsville. I have several problems with that, but we're just gonna stick with what we see. These are two grown people. For one, they can move anywhere they want to move, for any reason that they want to move for. I don't care if they moving to antagonize Destiny. I don't care if they was moving to scratch each other's back in the backyard. They can do whatever they want to do, because guess what? They're grown. And who are you, Kimmy, to tell them that they shouldn't move? Because it sounds like that's what you was telling them, that they shouldn't move to Huntsville because of Destiny. Does Destiny pay their bills? Does Destiny pay your bills? I don't understand why everybody was making this whole episode about Destiny and her feelings. Child, why do they have to include Destiny in any decision that they make? Why does everybody feel that they need to include her in that? I feel like that's crazy to me, that they feel like that. Because she don't pay none of their bills, nor does she take care of either one of these grown people. She's not going to be paying their mortgage. Why do they have to consult her? Y'all are weird. And again, I'm going to keep stating, I don't think that y'all hear y'allself. Y'all are weird. But we hear y'all loud and clear. We see where y'all going with this narrative. Anyway, they kind of convey, Sonny and Moses kind of convey that they are trying to live a better life, provide a better life for their children, live in a safer area, which is all reasons why they should move. Grown people, there's reasons why grown people move. All the things that they said. Safety. better life, better opportunities. No worries. Like a whole, first of all, and they filming a show called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Why can't they live in Huntsville? Ciao. Got it. Moses says Sonny is the best thing that happened to him and that he is blessed. And Destiny was with him for 15 years. You should feel ashamed of yourself. You should be saddened that this man has only met this girl or knew this girl for how long, woman for how long, and she's the best thing that happened to him and he feels blessed. And you was with him for 15 years and he doesn't even speak that highly of you. You should feel like a slap in the face. You should feel stupid. But of course she's not. She doesn't see it that way. So we head over to Nell and Fletcher's house. They invited the kids over for dinner and a conversation. Nell starts to explain to the kids that, you know, she wants to set boundaries and that her and him can't really loan them a lot of money like that anymore, like loan them any money like that anymore because it's affecting the way they move with their businesses. And, you know, basically she wants them to pay their own way. Get it? I understand it because after a while, you know, you gotta stop taking care of your kids, especially if they're grown adults like these kids are. At some point, they gotta figure it out for themselves. You know, then Kiki breaks down because of her situation, and she feels kind of left out. They all suggest, you know, because she's not Nell's biological daughter, they all suggest that they should go to family counseling, and it ends there, which I feel like they do, but I just feel like they need the right counselor that's going to help them work through what they need to work through. With that being said, like I said before, throw the whole show in the trash. I feel like they trying to spoon feed us crap and they expect us to enjoy it with a smile. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm over it. But I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. So let's move on to episode 11. Episode 11 pretty much starts off where they ended with Nell, and they're discussing the counseling and stuff. So they all agreed to go to counseling, even though Nell was a little bit reluctant, but they convinced her, or her conversation with Mel convinced her. Anyway, so we meet up with Marcel and Marceau, and they introduce Marquez as his friend, right? They introduce him as a friend. And then, you know, he immediately starts discussing what's happening with his life and what's going on with him. He said that he used to work for, I think, a movie theater or something like that, he said. I can't remember. But then they start talking about Ken. Now, the crazy thing is, they introduced him as Marceau's friend, but Marceau didn't know that he was married to Trish. Houseway. I'm lost. I am 100% lost. Was he a friend? Or was he just an acquaintance that you knew or employed or worked with and you didn't know his life at all? Because there's no way that I'm going to be friends with somebody and I don't know that they're married or who they're married to. Period. That's just how I feel. Anyway, so they immediately start talking about Ken, and they're talking about how Ken was like waiting in the wing for Trish and him to be done with in a relationship. That he used to have subliminals online on their social media. He used to put chocolate emojis under her pictures or whatever like that. And I'm just like, because we find out that Marquez is Trish's ex-husband. Anyway, I should have said that first, but anyway, we all find out that he is Trish's husband, but ex, soon to be ex. Right? So Marquez then explains how he had checked out emotionally when her parents passed away. You know, he was a little bit broke after the big C, you know, C19. That he lives in Atlanta now, and he's basically had an issue with Ken playing father to his kids. But you left. You're the one that left. So why are you? My thing is, why are you having an issue with him playing daddy to your kids? It's been 6 years. They've been taken care of. Y'all have been separated for 6 years. I think they've been together for 3. the kids are being taken care of. Especially if he's there for your kids, he loves your kids in a healthy way. Why is there an issue? But then all deadbeats have that same issue. And that's later. We're gonna unpack that later. So Marceau is trying to give him advice. And he's trying to sound smart, but I was a little bit lost because he says that he uses a bunch of word salad. And he says that, would you rather have your daughter sitting on another man's lap and your son calling another man father? And I'm just like, there's so many better ways that statement could have been stated. I understand what he's saying, but there's so many better ways that he could have made his point, I'll say. Because you could have said that, okay, do you want your daughter to look at somebody else as a father figure than yourself? And do you want somebody else to look up to you want your son to look up to somebody else and say, I want to be like him, as opposed to he wanting to be like you? But there's so many other ways that he could have said that. That's why I say he's trying to sound intelligent, but it's not coming off that way. I'm a little bit lost. It seems like Marquez doesn't want to take accountability for his actions. And now they're trying to also, in the same breath, trying to make Trish seem like she's a cheater. It's a lot. It's a mouthful. It's a lot to take in. The bigger conversation is the fact that, why do men feel like when they leave, nobody else can step in and fill their shoes, or nobody else is supposed to step in and fill their shoes? And I kind of get that from this conversation that he's having with him. Oh, he's back and forth, like he doesn't want the girl, he doesn't want him to comfort the daughter. He doesn't want him to be there for the daughter, and he doesn't want him to take care of but you're not there to do it either. So why would you not allow somebody who genuinely loves your child to take care of your child, to comfort your child, to set their ease when you can't do it? Are you in contact with your child? Are you like how's that work? But it's all that same. It's all programmed the same, that, women remove the man from the house, and then the X, Y, and Z, and that's the issue, and all of these fatherless kids, and and the men are not to blame, but you left. And I constantly, and I feel, I take this kind of personal, because it's the same situation that I had with my ex-husband, that the fact that you can be present in your child's life without being physically present in your child's life. You can make a presence in your child's life. You can communicate with them constantly. You could be there when they need you to be there. Like, there's so many other ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary ways that you take care of them. That can be provided, but there's so many other ways that you can be present in a child's life without physically being present in a child's life, because you are currently co-parent with the mother, or you're trying to co-parent with the mother. It makes no sense. And y'all don't understand the two. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. I'm not going to get too much into it, but that's where I'm at with that. And I feel like Marquez is a loser, because it's giving me the same, like, Russell Simmons, Ciara situation. Like, nobody feels that Ciara deserved a second chance with Russell Wilson, and that he stepped up to be a father figure to little Future, but they don't feel like she deserved that. So that's why they keep calling him a simp. And that's what I'm feeling like I'm receiving from Marquez, that Ken is going to constantly be a simp because he's stepping in, doing and filling the shoes that you kind of like walked out of. But nobody's not going to see it that way. We're just going to keep pushing on. I never thought I would agree so much with Marceau, because Marceau was pretty much putting him in his place and making him be accountable for his actions. He kept holding his feet to the fire, saying that the fact that you left, you caused this. This is a reaction to your actions. I agree with everything that he said, which I never thought I would say. And homeboy is a loser, because he's still not seeing it. No matter how Marceau lays it out on the table for him, clean on a platter, he's still missing the point, right? I never thought I would agree with Marceau so much. And then Marceau, I agreed also with how Marceau said he should react, like he should speak to them. And when he said, you should start by thanking him for stepping in and taking care of your kids. I agree. More men should be like that. Apologize for not being there when you needed to be there. There's so many instances where children need their dads, and a lot of these deadbeat dads, they don't want to step in and do what they need to do. Child, I could go on for days about that, but I'm not. Let's go on. How Marcel broke it down to Marquez, it was right on point. And I'm just like, he's still not getting it. But we're gonna leave it there. Because we see you for what you are, Marquez. We see what you are. Child, we see what you are. Especially at the end. Because that really pissed me off. But we're gonna get there. So Nell meets up with Mel, and she kind of explains the situation that the kids want her to go to counseling, but she feels, she's a little bit reluctant. She feels like the money situation is the reason why she is she's so stressed out. She's still a little bit reluctant to go to counseling. Mel said that she needs to take one for the team, and because sometimes she does come off, a little bit wacky, with the things that she says, and that Nell, she thinks that Nell fears the unknown, which a lot of people do because, therapy and counseling is foreign to the African American community. A lot of people feel like, oh, we just gonna pray it away. And sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't work. So sometimes you definitely need that extra help, understanding what is what. But child, let's give it up for the blue dress. That blue dress that Mel was in the confessionals, I was like here for it. I said, child, she looked great in that dress. I love that dress. She be wearing glittery stuff too, like that purple and then the blue. I liked it. Anyway, let's push on. Sorry. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be, right? So we get back to Nell's house. Everybody is there for the counseling session. So to meet with, Dr. Francis. Nell said that she wants to set boundaries. Dr. Francis wants everybody to, he asks everybody, is it like realistic boundaries? And everybody agrees that yes, they are realistic boundaries. Lance says the reason why he goes to Fletcher to talk to him because Fletcher kind of like listens and hears him to understand, and he gives him a chance to get things off his chest. But that's bro code. It is what it is. And he says more so that Nell, she listens to respond as opposed to just letting him say what he needs to say. But Nell says that most of the time, the reason why it happens like that is because she's already told them that they shouldn't be doing what they did. And it's a I told you so moment. And I'm just like, yeah, people are different. But I was not really paying too much attention to this session because that Dr. Francis, I feel like he was just saying words and he wasn't really helping the situation. I don't think they really were able to from what we've seen, I'll say that. From what we've seen, I don't really think that they were really discussed and got through what they needed to get through. I'll say that. Nell and Lance are trying to talk, but they keep cutting each other off. And more so Nell than Lance. And no one is really listening. So I feel like they didn't really get to a happy medium because they weren't really listening, and the doctor wasn't interjecting enough to let her speak and then him respond, or him speak and her respond. It wasn't really a give and take type of situation. It was just like she's talking, he's talking, she's talking, he's talking. The doctor wasn't really, he was just standing there. So that's why I said I don't think the situation helped. Then they start talking about tough love and a whole bunch of stuff. Nell starts crying. He asks her to say something nice, to some kind things to the kids, and she really says some touching stuff from the heart. And hopefully they'll be able to have another session with another doctor. And forgive me, my eyes are bothering me. Hopefully they'll have another session with another doctor, and they'll be able to get the right help that they need, child, because I don't think this was it. Anyway. So we move on to Tish and Marquez. They have have a little sit down and talk about, things, right? Things. So Marquez starts off by saying that he has an issue with Ken, and because he felt like Ken was always waiting in the background for Tish. And they didn't really unpack that. They just left it where it was. Tish kind of brings up the fact that his, you know, oh, sorry, my eye is still itchy. My eyes are still bothering me. Tish brings up the fact that he wasn't there for her when her parents passed away. When she lost her parents and her sisters in a 6 months time, her sister in a 6 month time span, she needed him, and he kind of like dropped the ball. Okay, we already heard that. How do y'all push on? He's acknowledged that. Apologize. And I don't know. It was whatever. Anyway, so she said that they were separated for years before her and Ken even got together. So that kind of debunks that cheating story that they tried to put out there, like she was this, that she'd be giving it up, whatever, allegedly. I don't know. She expressed to him that all of this stuff could have been cleared up. The stuff that he's saying about the daughter and the fact that he went to the school and they thought that he was Ken, all of that stuff could have been debunked if he just has a one-on-one with his daughter and tries to get to the bottom of why she stopped speaking to him. Agreed. Especially if the daughter have a cell phone. Tish don't even have to be involved, and y'all don't understand that. When the kids have cell phones, you have direct contact with them. The mother doesn't even have to be involved. So stop blaming the mother at this point and blame yourself. Blame yourself for not reaching out. Blame yourself for not having conversations. You cannot blame the mother for the rest of their life when these kids are grown and you still not reaching out. It's a typical man not wanting another man to step in and take care of a woman because, like, not a woman, but just step in and fill his shoes because he did the wrong thing by leaving, and he don't feel that you deserve anything, that you should be discarded. That's how I feel. He toting that same crap, and it pretty much sounds to me like he's jealous of Ken because he keeps saying muscle man, muscle man, muscle man. Would you want to be like Muscle Man or something like that? I don't know. They have a mutual agreement that they want to get divorced. He said he'll go down to the courthouse, but then he asked her to pay half. And I'm just like, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? He asked her to pay half of the divorce. And I'm just like, ugh, just get out. Just go. Because I'm disgusted at this point. Anyway, episode 12 is going to be a little more about the friendship over money stuff because that's all they're going to be talking about. And I'm just like, I don't really care about any of that because real business people know that business is business and personal is personal, and you're not going to stop a check because you don't get along with somebody because of the situation. Child, business is business and personal is personal. Anyway, that's my spiel. I gave y'all what y'all promised. I will see y'all for the next one next week. Peace. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see y'all.